You will never again fear other people's opinions if you stick with me for the next 10 minutes. Do you ever feel like you are weighed down by the fear of what other people think, or find yourself avoiding situations and conversations or even experiences just because you're worried about being judged? Well, I think we've all been there. And the fear of other people's opinions can have a huge negative effect on our mental health. It can limit us from pursuing our dreams and sometimes even reaching our goals. But by utilizing a variety of straightforward approaches, you can effectively overcome that fear of judgment from others and really live our lives on our own terms. Now, let's examine some techniques that I found helpful. Now, I've never really felt like I was a person who lacked confidence, but just the thought of jumping in front of a camera made me feel so nervous and fearful of what other people thought of me. I felt like I had to be perfect in every way, from my looks to my personality, just to be accepted by my peers on social media. It was really exhausting and overwhelming. That feeling just constantly had me worrying about how other people saw me. Now, looking back, I see that much of this fear came from social media and the pressure that it puts on us to be perfect all the time. The more time that I would spend scrolling through pictures and posts of people having fun and looking great, the worse I would feel about how I would look on camera. Then COVID hit. And at the time, I was the communications director for a major ministry. And we had to figure out how to stay relevant even though we couldn't meet in person. My now business partner and I decided to take on this task of producing the service online every week. And he came to me and he was like, I think we should do video announcements and you're the girl for the job. I was like, what? No, I'm too fat. But he insisted, and to make a long story short, I finally gave in, and here are the results. Hey, welcome to our online worship experience. We're so glad that you guys are joining us today. And if you're a member, welcome back. If you are a visitor, then we are happy to have you with us, and we hope to connect with you soon. Now, with everything that's going on in our culture today, we just need to remember that God is always on the throne. He's going to take what was meant for harm and he's going to turn it into good. See, it was pretty bad, right? It took me more work than I thought to learn how to overcome this fear of being in front of the camera and really truly accept myself for who I am. Gradually, I began to take these small steps on this journey to self-acceptance, and it was difficult, but it was worth the effort. And just recognizing that negative impact that social media had on my mental health and taking those small steps to protect myself from its influence was an important part of the process. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I've never really been a person who didn't think they were confident, but I do remember it being so easy to get sucked into comparing myself to other people on social media. I really felt like I wasn't good enough. I was nowhere near what I saw on Instagram, and it took a slight toll on my mental health, to be honest with you. It made me feel anxious and insecure, but once I realized that those negative thoughts were really affecting me, I had to start reminding myself that only my opinion and what God says about me matters. I was able to start making progress towards learning to accept and really love myself, faults and all. And I began to create this list of things about myself that I like my sense of humor, my intelligence, my compassion for others. And this helped me to reflect on the positive attributes that I loved about me that made me unique. And it gave me something to focus on instead of comparing myself to others. From there, I would take out time to pamper myself and nurture myself. And since I was forced into this limelight, I had to start to study what type of spokesperson I wanted to be. Listening to podcasts and TED Talks on the topic of self-love and acceptance. And those simple steps helped me to start feeling more comfortable with myself and my place in this world. I learned to love myself for who I am, and it not only made me feel better, but it gave me a confidence to really put myself out there and own my image rather than trying to be somebody else. And it's important to remember that it's okay to be different from others, and we all have our own unique paths in life. So instead of seeking validation from other people, just focus on your own values and goals. That is the key to really finding a sense of peace and contentment within yourself. And for those moments when you feel overwhelmed, like I always say, take a step back, breathe, because it can make all the difference in the world. Focusing on my values and my goals instead of seeking validation has been one of the most empowering changes that I've made in my life. Instead of comparing myself to others, I take the time to reflect on what really matters to me most and how I want to show up in the world. This helps me to keep my self-esteem intact when I'm faced with criticism or opinions that do not align with what I believe about myself. It also helps me to stay focused on achieving my goals rather than getting caught up in what other people think. If you set those boundaries, that can also help you to make decisions based on what's best for your life without worrying about other people. And it enabled me to move forward with a greater confidence, knowing that I'm doing the right thing for myself, regardless of what other people may think. Recognizing your worth and upholding your values is important for your personal fulfillment and empowerment. Do not obsess over what other people think about you. Focus on yourself and trust that you have everything you need within you. Imagine a life full of abundance, joy, authenticity, a life where you unlock your true potential by taking responsibility for your own well-being and self-worth. It's time to really embrace that vulnerability and soar to new heights. My journey has been a long and winding road. And when I started back in 2020, I was scared of being judged. However, I eventually understood that accepting myself, including my imperfections, was necessary for me to achieve that inner peace and happiness. And one of the most important things that I've learned along the way is it's okay to make those mistakes. It's a part of life. Instead of trying to hide them, I've learned to be open about my flaws and embrace them as a part of who I am. My embracing who I am then unlocked that power of connection with those others that are in my life on a deeper level. From my ride or die squad to my work buddies, even creating this community of support on social media. It's also given me this confidence in my abilities, knowing that whatever comes my way, I can definitely handle it. Social media can either be a way to make you or break you, which is why you have to stay mindful of how you use it. We all have our own unique stories and they're worth sharing, so do not feel pressured to live up to somebody else's life. There's a viral TikTok out right now that says the fear of looking stupid is holding you back. And it is. It's holding you back from potential greatness. And that's something that should be remembered. Finding your true self can be complicated, but it's a vital key to unlocking a more peaceful, fulfilling lifestyle. Embracing imperfections and allowing yourself to share them with others can create that support that we all need to be successful in this thing called life. Now, it's time to talk about how we can flip the script and our perspective on criticism and feedback to really unlock that full potential. Working in corporate America taught me how to deal with criticism early on, and it can be challenging to open yourself up to feedback. Over the years, I've come to realize that criticism is not something to be feared, but rather an opportunity for growth. Communication is crucial for improvement, so embrace that power of criticism and watch yourself transform into a whole new, better version of you. You can unlock genuine connections when you embrace feedback, and you're having this mindset will skyrocket you to success in all areas of your life. Now you can join me on this epic journey of self-discovery, and let's just watch how you crush those fears and unleash your true potential like a tsunami of awesomeness that you are. Now we gotta Also, understand that you have to be comfortable with attacking your fears head on and taking control of your destiny by creating these meaningful changes for your life. For example, when I decided to take my partner up on this forced offer to get me in front of the camera to do those church announcements, I was completely out of my comfort zone. Despite all of my doubts, though, I took that plunge, and here I sit 3 years later with thousands of videos under my belt. And although it was intimidating at first, now I'll jump right in front of the camera every chance that I get. And honestly, this experience has really taught me the importance of taking action despite my fears and just trusting myself and just going for it. So do not let the doubt stop you from pursuing your dreams. You have to trust your instincts and take that first step towards success. Taking risk and overcoming that fear can lead to unexpected achievements. So it's really important to believe in yourself, take that leap of faith instead of making excuses. Then throw yourself a party in honor of all the strides that you've taken and the heights that you've climbed. It's also important to take a moment to really appreciate your progress and your growth and the things that you've done in your life. Celebrating your success can also help you stay motivated and inspired to continue working towards your goals. Whether it's taking a few moments at the beginning or end of your day to reflect or treating yourself after completing a task, celebrating progress can be an incredibly rewarding experience. So take some time today, matter of fact, right now, recognize all of your hard work that you've put into improving you because you definitely deserve it. Now, my takeaway from this is that overcoming the fear of external judgment is a very valuable personal growth experience. And when you unlock the power of self-love, social media likes or followers will not define your growth. And that's a very crucial lesson. You have to embrace your true self, blemishes and all, and that's what really matters. And just use social media as a source of inspiration, but stay mindful of the negativity that it can bring. Also, take breaks from social media platforms and just acknowledge those personal boundaries. And that's important because you want to preserve your mental health and well-being. Do not let others rain on your parade. Your worth is not up for debate. So ignore those haters and embrace your unique self. Become the architect of your own happiness and success by prioritizing self-care, surrounding yourself with a tribe of supportive individuals, and unleashing your inner confidence and resilience. Remember, you hold the key to your destiny, so let's get to unlocking that full potential today. Now, besties, that is my value bomb for the week. I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more great content, and let's grow this community. Now, don't forget to turn on those notifications so you'll never miss a video. And I would love to hear about your journey to self-improvement. So leave me some comments or questions down below, and I'll be sure to respond. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. XOXO Single Life Club.